Hey everybody. I was just sitting here online reading some of these things about sexting. Kids who do sexting on their cell phones, sending, sexually explicit pictures and such. And some people on here, right, there's a lot of them on here and this just makes me mad because they talk about it all starts at home. If the parents tell the kids not to do it, then they won't do it. Parents need to put their foot down and tell their children not to do it, and then the children won't do it. It's that simple, is what they said. If it was that simple, then parents could put their foot down about smoking weed and doing drugs, and then nobody would do it. And it would be just that simple. Parents could put their foot down on their bullies of kids, and then they wouldn't be bullies anymore. It's just that simple. But we live in the real world where it just don't work that way. I say the solution to sexting would be, as some people have wrote on here in the Prime News on the Facebook page, is why not give your children just plain cell phones to where you can call in, have phone, calls come in, and you can call out. No texting, no pictures, no nothing, just a plain cell phone. That way you're safe. You can always get in touch with somebody. Somebody wrote on here that kids don't, no matter what age, kids don't need cell phones anyway, and that if they need to get in touch with you, let them find a phone. Well, finding a phone booth is like finding a dinosaur because they're just not there anymore. This is a new day and a new time. I believe everybody needs a cell phone. And like I said, the younger people just need a plain cell phone where they can call out and have calls come in case they get lost or get in trouble or whatever. And they can always be able to get in touch with you. But that's just my opinion on that. And kids, some of them are not going to realize their actions. Some kids are not going to do sexting. Some will, no matter what you say. Then there's going to be those in the middle that's going to be caught up in the peer pressure. Well, I don't want to go against my parents' wishes, but, then Jimmy might not like me anymore, And Jimmy promised he wouldn't show that picture to anybody, and I love him so much. Come on now. You know what happens. May not be your child, but you know what happens. I was thinking about bullies too. They was talking about bullies in schools and that the bullying situation is getting better. Well, I don't know about that. Bullies are going to be around forever. That's just another fact. Bullies are going to be around forever. And my kids were bullied, not, I guess not on a daily basis, but I remember when my son was little, and this is one particular case I do remember, and I remember it very well. He was bullied by this boy at school. I think he was in the 3rd grade. And every day I'd go over there and pick both my kids up from school. And he would come out and he would have, dirt on the knees of his jeans and on, his elbows. And I remember the first day it happened, I asked, what in the world happened to you? And he said, I don't remember the boy's name, but he said that boy pushed him down. That boy was a bully and he pushed him down. I said, I said, did you tell the teacher? He said, yeah. Next day it happened again. Joey's clothes were dirty. I asked him again, did you tell the teacher? He said, yes. Teacher wasn't doing anything. So this happened maybe 3 days in a row, and I went to the school. And I went to the office, I told the secretary, because she always claimed the principal was busy. And I told her what was being done, that boy was picking on Joey, and she claimed that she was gonna, she would talk to the principal, that they would call the boy in there and talk to him, that they would, and the next day it happened again, so I went back to the office, and she claimed that that she was going to call the boy's parents and have a talk with them. No. It kept happening. Every day it kept happening. So I went back up to the school and I told her, I said, this keeps happening. Did you call this boy's parents? Because this keeps happening and it needs to stop. And she told me, she said, Well, she said, the thing of it is some kids are just going to be that way, and there's nothing you can do, and talking to the parents is just not going to help because it's not going to stop them anyway. The best thing that Joey can do is just ignore him. Ignore him? That was advice from the woman at the school, Joey, to ignore him. So if Joey had ignored him, the little boy would beat him up every day, and Joey would come home all dirty. So, given the fact that she wasn't willing to take any steps because apparently she was afraid of this boy's parents, I told Joey, I said, well, oh, I got something in my eye. I told him one day when he come home, I said, look, I said, the teacher's not going to do anything. I've been over there to the school every day, and they're not going to do anything. I said, so the best I can tell you, don't take it. I said, if he hits you, hit him back. Beat him up. I said, I give you permission. Because apparently the school's not going to do anything, and you need to stand up for yourself and take a stand. That way he's going to leave you alone. So the next day, Joey went to school, and he came home, and he said he stood up for himself. And he said he beat the boy up. But what had happened was some friends of his told Joey, said, we're going to act like we're mad at you. You know how our kids do. They told Joey, we'll act like we're mad at you, and we'll get him to come over under the ice cream tree, and then you come over there, and we'll hold him down where you beat him up. So that's what happened. And then Joey went over there, and the boys held this little boy down, and Joey got on top of him and beat him up. Well, now see, then Joey got in trouble for that. That little boy went and told, and Joey got in trouble. They was going to suspend my child for a week for beating up that bully. That was ass backwards. I didn't let that happen. I did not let that happen. I went right back up there to the school, and I told them, I said, my child was doing what I told my child to do. I said, because you all were not doing anything about it. I was telling this to the secretary, who claimed the principal was in a meeting and I couldn't see him. So I told Joy to sit down. This was after school hours, and I sat down in the office. And she was like, well, I don't know how long he's going to be. I said, that's all right. I've got no place to be. I'll wait. Well, then he comes out, and I tell him what was going on. I said, I told my child to beat this boy up. I said, because nobody was doing anything, and he had to stand up for himself. I said, you will not suspend my child for a week for doing what I told him to do when the school was not taking care of it. So when the whole thing ended, the bully was suspended for a week. The little boys that held him down, Joy's friends, were suspended for 3 days for holding him down. And my child was not suspended at all because the school hadn't done anything, and he was just doing what I told him to do. So that's how you handle that. So, but there's always going to be bullies, and that's just the way it is. That's just a fact. Just like there's always going to be fat kids and skinny kids and tall kids and small kids, and that's just a fact. But anyway, I've rambled enough. I just babbled. I'm just babbling. This is actually the second video I've made since I got out of the hospital. I was going to make some more before this, but I've been sleeping a whole lot. Just my pills, I hate taking pills. I just hate it because they drain my energy. I stay drained. I don't have motivation, and I sleep. I just sleep. But anyway, so that's all for right now, and until next time, bye-bye.